Hey guys, welcome to sprint number 79 for YakShaver. Let's jump right into the email. So the sprint goal was to get YakShaver 2.0 MVP done. Unfortunately, this wasn't done. There were still a few features left over that are still in review, and we'll go through that later on. For timesheets, me and Zeno worked 5 days, Baba 3 days, Tom 2.5, and Stephen 2. Let's go to the PPIs. So the first one we'll talk about is the marketing newsletter catch-up. So Tom, do you go through that?
Yes. So if you open up the PBI, I had a chat with various people. Michaela suggested a position where we can place the newsletter subscribe box, which is on the product page next to the Talk to our YakShaver expert. So we're gonna add the subscribe to our newsletter section there. And then I spoke as well with Louis regarding the tool, the marketing tool that we can use, because that depends on how we're going to implement the newsletter section, because we need to add the users somewhere to a list to send out the newsletter. So if you scroll all the way down, the recommended tool that Louis mentioned mentioned is basically HubSpot. So we can manage all marketing related to YakShaver and Tina in a single tool. And Callum told me in the pre-sprint review that he had a chat with Yuli and you, and there seemed to be a bit of discrepancies between that, because Yuli said we agreed to use HubSpot, but you were unaware of that, Adam. So it would be good if we could clarify that too, because depending on the tool usage, the implementation.
Yeah, no, we're going to be using Dynamics for this.
Yeah.
And the reasons are because we already have Dynamics and we already know how HubSpot works from a product point of view. We have a lot of experience with Dynamics as consulting, but not for a product. It may be the right one or the wrong one. We'll soon learn. If we ever had to back out Tina, we would back it out into Dynamics, and then we'd at least know it works. Mm-hmm. If YakShaver can't do some of the things that HubSpot can, then we should know about it now, or we will find out about it in the future doing this.
All right, perfect. So I can go ahead with Dynamics and
start. Or give me reasons why HubSpot should be used.
That's probably marketing the best department to.
Well, I'm sure that you can use ChatGPT and work out a couple of things and see if it matters.
Sure.
But what I would have done, Tom, is I would have, you're in the office last week for 3 days. I would have had a chat about this just to double check, because there is obviously a little bit of confusion and different people like different tools. Mm-hmm. Like you're getting all this information secondhand. Once you've got it, I would call in the stakeholders, say Yuli and I, and make sure that everybody agrees.
Yep. That's pretty much on this item. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll move on. So the next one is the video recording portion. So I can go through that. So what was left from the previous sprint was it was missing a source selection. So it was always before it was always only recording your main screen, but users obviously want to be able to choose different screen options. So here's a quick video of it in action. So when you click start recording, it shows you the screen selection. This is pretty much almost a one-to-one to what Teams does, Teams UI. So it's got your screens at the top and then your window selection here. And that's all for the video recording. So that's all that is done now. Any questions on that before I move on? Right, cool. The next one is connecting recording to upload video. So Zeno, do you want to give a bit more context about this one and what was
Yes.
done?
Yeah. Can you open this PBI?
Yeah.
So what I have done is almost combine the two steps in together. Step about recording a video and also upload it to YouTube. And I also add a new component using for preview or recorded video. So as you can see that we have once you finish the recording, it will pop up with a card that shows a preview of your videos. You can play this video, pause it, enter the full screen mode, and drag the progress bar. And also you can close this card or re-record the video. It will take you back into the source selection page. And if you click the continue processing button, it will automatically upload the video to the YouTube channel you have convicted, and also generate the transcript. So these two steps is running in the same time. That's all. Any feedback on this?
Well, it looks good to me. Maybe I'd just say continue rather than continue with processing, but it's a small change.
Oh, okay.
Did you mention that it also uploaded to YouTube?
Yes. So before you recording the videos, you should first configure your YouTube channels, your YouTube account. Otherwise, the start recording button will be disabled. Yeah. And you can get the your YouTube link after once it finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll move on. So next one. So those are all the dones. I'll go through some of the review ones. So the first one is this MCP host. And this was a collaborative effort between me and Stephen. He had to hand over to me for this one. So I'll open, I guess I can open the done video just to quickly show and skim through it. So what I've added is we've added an MCP server settings. So this syncs up all your MCP servers that you're connected to. At the moment, we only allow for remote hosts. So for example, I'm adding, this is the Microsoft Learn MCP. So that will add to your MCP servers. And in this case, you could use it to call using the MCP prompt. So I'm going to just skip here. So we pass in an input, for example, providing a request for some OneDrive documentation. And when you click send, it's going to go through MCP and it's going to send, it's going to create a response. And then when you scroll down a little bit more, there's some developer specific tools where we can kind of see what tools get called and the different system prompts. So we can debug this and kind of refine our prompt to be more efficient. Any questions on this?
No?
No. Yoli, any questions on MCP stuff?
Oh, I'm not muted. No, all good. I did
Okay.
watch that video earlier. That was good. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move on. So the next one is Zeno add a control bar for the recording feature. That's also in review. So Zeno, do you want to go through this feature?
Yes. So basically, in the previous version, we do not have control bar that declare which screen which is being recorded, and that's why we added the control bar. So the control bar has three features. First, it can be jacked using the left buttons, and also it will show the durations for your current recording. And also it has a stop button to stop the recording, and then the whole control bar will become disappeared. And I also get some feedback from Adam and Ken. Adam said we need to update the icons, make it easier to understand. And Ken said maybe we can add some more YakShaver element to for brandings. Yeah, that's all.
Does anyone else have feedback about the UI of this?
Oh,
I think the best way of getting feedback is doing a done video and making it get feedback.
Sure.
We're good to move on. Yep. Okay. And the last one we'll talk about is Baba, some YakShaver portal UX. So you're going to talk about some of the changes.
Yeah, sure. So it's the feedback from Adam to improve portal menu and also project form. I've got some. I've had a call with Adam back and forth, and I've got additional feedbacks. And also today I had a call with Michaela, and I almost finished. And after this meeting, I will get her and ask for test, please.
Yep.
If you want, Adam, I can show you the current state locally for the menu and project form, so you can give feedback.
Sure.
Okay. So I'll share screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So first thing is I improved the font size of YakShaver logo, and also I added this by subtext, and then increase the height of menu items and the font size. And I changed the text color of sub-menu items to differentiate from the main menu items. Okay. And for the project form,
My only feedback is those items on the left are nice and big and clear, but they appear a different font size than everything on the right. So maybe the breadcrumbs should be the same size, or the labels should be the same size. But I think on the left you have two sizes: the big one for dashboard and the smaller ones for integrations, right?
Yes, this was
so those
this was
smaller
checked
ones
by
could probably be the labels that you use for the labels on the right. Say project name could be that, and the
okay.
Generally you don't want to have many different sizes of fonts on a page. They say that you should limit it to about 3. And if I look over that page, there's more than 3.
And any other feedback? And also
just the show advanced options.
Oh, I also added this line.
Yep, I'm just gonna. That's okay, but see the hide goes up. That's good. So click it, hide. There's no rollover on hide, so there should be a rollover. And yeah, I just find the arrow down very subtle, incredibly subtle. Maybe we could. I'm not really sure. It is possible you could put on both sides of it. Yeah. Anyway, it's all good.
Yeah, that's all.
The only other one I can see is create PBIs and allow webhooks very close to each other when there's a lot of space. I'd push it a bit further out to the right.
Okay. And also for this one, still in progress, you asked me to make it radio button and remove the search. It's still in progress.
Okay, thank you. All right.
I'll pick up the screen share again. That's all for the PBIs. Any questions on those before I move on?
No, I think all good.
Code coverage was remained the same, 27.7%. Had one production release. Application health availability was 100%. We had regular response and requests. There's a big spike here. That was from last Friday. I think Tom was doing something. So I've just created a shave and we can investigate this.
Right, okay. Now, one other thing that would be nice is to see usage over time. Now, I know you're going to show us the top users in a second, but we're not over time, it would be really helpful to know how many people are, are using it. Maybe how many new users as well. So just total number of users and new users might show us some indication of growth. I'm not sure what your classifying user is. Maybe somebody that hasn't used it for ever or for 2 months. I'm not sure, but it would definitely be great to have 2 more graphs there.
So I'm not sure if they can be this application insight nice
No,
looking graph, but
you might have to talk to Matt Wicks about it. I think he's doing the same thing on Tina, so he might give you some indication what to do here.
sure. So monthly usage, we have Tiago at the top, then John, Brady, then Josh. With the product roadmap, there's been a 1% increase, but as you can see, we've completed 3 and we've dragged in a bunch more. So, yeah.
Quick on Callum. We spoke to a client, a user of YakShaver, who's like a good canary, on Friday, and he gave us a bunch of feedback with the reasons why he could or couldn't use it, and why he might use something else, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Is that stuff stored in PBI somewhere for us to address at some point?
I think so, yes. I'll double check after this, but it should be.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, man. Just want to make sure we don't waste that, because I think it was useful. The biggest feedback I heard was, they have to own their own video storage. They can't have it in YouTube or on our SharePoint.
Mm.
And what's the answer to that?
Well, we already allowed storage on their SharePoint. It's just we didn't advertise that, so they weren't even aware of it. But I think the other big thing that you did mention is they also have this other tool called jam.dev that records everything that happens in the browser. So all of the console errors, network traffic, all that sort of thing. And then it creates a PBI with all that additional information readily available. And that's something YakShaver doesn't do. Although YakShaver, I guess YakShaver just gives you a video, but it doesn't give you any of that stuff.
By the way, their recommendation was that we should use Vimeo.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing. Use Vimeo instead of YouTube for video uploads.
What's the difference?
Interesting choice.
It's
Same
secure
stuff.
and it's not public.
Right, but you can do the same thing on YouTube with making it private.
No, if it's private only, you can see it. You can't give access to your organization. You can in Vimeo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it could be an option. Worth thinking about.
Yeah, so we'll look into it
Interesting.
anyway.
Yeah. Cool. Backlog stats with 73 new PPIs, 60 of them had YakShaver labels, so 82%. 36 completed, net change of plus 37. R&D, yes, just Stephen and I working on the MCP host feature. So a lot of new learnings that came out of that. With AI tools, so thanks for the suggestion, Yuli. I have swapped over to Claude Sonnet 4.5 from
Nice.
GPT-5. I haven't felt much of a difference there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Everybody's saying it's so good.
Really, maybe I haven't been asking the right questions. The questions are too simple.
Mm.
With Tom, he's been using GLM 4.6. Callum's been using Codex. Barbara's been using GPT-5, and Zina's been using Claude Sonnet 4.5 as well.
Just on Tom's one, I would move GLM earlier because YakShaver is a bug reporting tool and the others are code generation tools.
Cool. Done. Tenant stats from last week. So we had one more tenant on board, one new active tenant, and SSW, we had the same amount of shaves, so 2 shaves. And SSW has done 80 shaves last week. For Copilot stats, so this was just for the summary. So I talked the most, then Callum, Tom, Zeno, then Baba. And the AI, the Copilot main action point was to get the YakShaver desktop app used by someone outside the YakShaver team, specifically aiming for the first shave to be performed by an external user. This includes compiling and releasing the executable, documenting installation and usage, and starting canary testing with both internal and external users. And I think I can say for the team that this sounds right. This is exactly what the next goal is.
Yeah, that's internal and external to the YakShaver team, to be clear, not to SSW.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do the retro, Carl?
I can, absolutely. So what went well this sprint? Well, obviously we finally got a done video from Lewis. We've been wanting done videos for a little while, so it's good we finally got one, and hopefully that is the first of many. So we're looking forward to many more done videos next sprint. And the other thing, Stephen's handover to Lewis and Baba for the MCP feature was done smoothly. So obviously we had Stephen starting off the sprint, but then he got pulled off for client work halfway through. So I think we managed that transition nicely. What didn't go so well, there were discrepancies between marketing tools that are or are not approved. So a bit of confusion about, whether we're using HubSpot or Dynamics. I think we've settled that now. We're using Dynamics. That's good to know.
Just on that blockage, Callum, if you or Lewis, if you notice that Tom is blocked on that, jump in and help. And I don't know if you only found out today he was blocked, but if you found out earlier, I would have jumped in and said, all right, who do you need help from? And just call up Yuli and I and get a proper answer so you don't end up marking the PBIs blocked.
Yeah. Do you want to add that as a needs to improve, Lewis? Just
Yep.
Try to unblock team members as much as possible. We could be more proactive about that. Other thing that didn't go well, we forgot it was a 4-day sprint. So we actually planned for 5 days of capacity, but we had the public holiday on Monday. We did the sprint review on Tuesday, so we only actually had 4 days instead of 5. So that's why we didn't get through as much as we planned, because we planned for an extra day.
Now, can I just ask a question on that? Obviously, there's quite a number of people on the team, so there's plenty of work that gets done in 4 days. But really, you don't want to be having meetings where you think it's a complete waste of time.
True.
Does anyone on the team think that they would have much preferred just to keep on going for 2 weeks, or would they prefer the feedback at 1 week? Who says they would have preferred it 2 weeks? No one? Who would have preferred 1 week or 4 days? Right. And Tom, you didn't respond?
Yeah, the first one. 1 week is
Oh.
fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I think especially since we're just laying the foundations of this new local application, more check-ins are better than fewer, in my opinion.
I agree.
Things to improve, obviously more done videos. We want to be seeing a video that's showing the new application, and then emailing that out and getting people's thoughts and feedback more frequently. Now that we're doing stuff that's actually going to be user facing rather than just background stuff, I think we need a lot more videos. And just that final point, Lewis, changed the person name to Adam because he said it. I just said to add it. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's the retro.
Cool. Let's move on to the planning. So the sprint goal, as mentioned by the Copilot main point, the sprint goal will be to allow someone else outside the team to use the YakShaver app. And these are the PBIs that we'll be tackling. So we'll be finishing off what we picked up last week. So the MCP host, control bar, and then a lot of it's going to be focused on documenting and the release pipeline to get it out to users to test out the YakShaver app.
Okay. A couple of things. The bugs that I've reported to you, Lewis, about not ceasing, some people that are mentioned in the video recording, are they going to be done this week?
I can have a look at them, and then if they're quick fixes, I'll get them done. Otherwise, I'll drag them to the next sprint.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I think generally when we get a bug report like that, you will want to spend 15 minutes sort of triaging it and figuring out, is this just a minor thing that's easily fixed with editing a config in the portal, or is it a major problem that is going to be happening for all users? And then based on that, we decide, do we do it urgently or do we just chuck it on the backlog for later? So we should probably be doing that when we get bug reports.
Yeah, and after you've done that, Lewis, and you've decided, look, I've looked at it, couldn't find what it is, or it's going to be a big job, then reply to yourself, to myself, do this later after the 2.0, the MCP 2.0 is released, so we know what you're thinking. The way I think about it is, if the logic of this bug is going to be still useful in the MCP story, then it's important to fix. If it's not, then it's irrelevant. Like if it's going to be chucked out, then it's totally irrelevant. And anything in between is 50-50. Now, the other thing I would like to mention is you're going to see that I'm going to be pushing for more Discord usage in the YakShaver team. I'm trying to get it right in the Tina team first. But if you can probably be abreast of how Discord works and people say hello and people get support in the Discord team for Tina, that would be useful. So we can copy that in YakShaver. So there can be anybody internally at SSW can be using Discord as well, rather than going straight to developers. And the other one is, once we've sorted out Tom's thing, I'm hoping that on the home page, just like Tina, you can get a meeting set up with the account managers to get a demo of how YakShaver works in their org. I'm very, very keen on finding out more scenarios of how customers that are interested in YakShaver who are using it themselves. Because we think we know the scenario that you use it. Seems pretty straightforward to me. You have a backlog. It's an easy way to get things into the backlog. But, as you just found out from Yuli, people want to put things on Vimeo. I wouldn't have thought that was a logical thing to worry about. But that does sound like it's got legs.
Well, especially as we add MCP servers, and it can do all sorts of extra stuff outside of just GitHub and Azure DevOps. I'd say it's especially important because, I guess the imagination is the only limitation of what you can do with it.
Yeah, I definitely am noticing, and it's probably appropriate, but there's such a focus on engineering in this, and there's such a small amount of effort being put on, getting feedback from customers. Like the team is engineering focused, not customer obsessed.
I would say on that point, that is true, but we don't really want that much feedback on the current system because we're currently building the 2.0, and we can't really start getting feedback on that until after this sprint, when we've actually got a page on the website that people can look at and download and use, right?
Yeah.
Well, we do have a version that works beautifully on Teams. There's plenty of Teams customers. There's plenty of people that can use it as is without worrying about the shiny new thing.
Yeah, I think the biggest feedback I've got repeatedly from customers is just that the number of permissions that it requires and where the videos are hosted are the two biggest blockers.
Okay. Well, all those we can go back to once we've got the MCP story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's wrap it up. This video will be on the YouTube channel. All right. And yeah, that's all. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. See ya.
Thanks, Lewis. Bye.
Thanks all. Ciao.